In the vast expanse of human experience, there exists a phenomenon so profound that it has captivated philosophers, poets, and seekers across millennia: the mysterious gravitational pull between souls destined to meet. We feel it in that electric moment, when eyes lock across a crowded room, that inexplicable certainty that transcends rational thought. "I know you," whispers something deep within us. Though we've never met before, what invisible threads connect us to certain individuals with such irresistible force? What cosmic intelligence orchestrates these encounters that seem to arrive precisely when our souls require them most? Carl Jung, whose analytical mind illuminated the darkest corners of human consciousness, offered us a framework to understand these profound connections, not as mere coincidence, but as meaningful synchronicities, deliberate intersections between our inner psychological landscape and the outer world. These are not simply pleasant companionships that comfort us through life's journey. Rather, they are spiritual catalysts, mirrors that reflect both our luminous gifts and our hidden shadows, compelling us toward wholeness in ways that can be as painful as they are liberating. When someone is truly destined for you, the encounter reverberates through every chamber of your being. The relationship becomes not merely a part of your life story, but a sacred threshold through which you pass to discover your authentic self. Let us explore this extraordinary territory together, where psychology meets spirituality, where fate meets free will, and where the people who challenge us most profoundly become our greatest teachers in the art of becoming fully human. Have you ever met someone and instantly felt that you've been waiting for that person your whole life? It's not just a casual encounter, it's a moment of synchronicity, something Jung defined as the interconnection between the universe and your unconscious. Synchronicity is not a random concept or a coincidence. It's the universe responding to your internal vibration, showing you what you truly need to grow, to expand your life, to connect with what is truly meaningful to you. Now, it's possible that you don't always recognize this connection immediately. In fact, the process of meeting someone destined for you often comes with challenges and moments of confusion. Jung said that sometimes we must face our shadows, those parts of ourselves that we prefer not to see, before we can truly connect with what we're looking for. These shadows are not external demons, but parts of our own psyche that we have repressed and that manifest in ways we don't fully understand. The curious thing is that when someone is destined for you, that connection will somehow lead you to face those shadows. It will make you question what you thought you knew about yourself, your limits, your expectations, and what you truly need in a relationship. In this way, that person who seems to be your destiny not only teaches you about love or connection, but also about self-understanding and self-knowledge. Through that relationship, the unconscious invites you to look at parts of yourself that perhaps you've been ignoring for a long time. The feeling you experience when something is destined for you is not based solely on momentary happiness. It's deeper. It's a feeling of wholeness, of alignment with your true self. When something or someone is destined for you, you feel that you don't have to make unnecessary efforts to fit in. You simply are, and that's enough. You don't feel pressured to change or adapt to others' expectations, because that relationship or situation allows you to be who you truly are. And here enters a key concept from Jung: individuation. Although I haven't mentioned this term before, what it means is the process of becoming who you truly are, of setting aside the masks and false identities that we often use to fit into the world. Relationships that are destined for you don't demand you to be someone you're not. Rather, they allow you to discover your most authentic self. Through that connection, you find yourself. What Jung wanted to convey is that life is not about fitting into a mold, but about discovering who you are at the deepest level and living from that truth. When a person is destined to enter your life, it may not all be perfect from the start. In fact, you might face challenges, conflicts, or misunderstandings. But these challenges are not signs that something is wrong. They are opportunities to grow and discover more about yourself and what you truly need. Jung held that the process of personal growth is never easy or immediate. Instead of running away from conflicts or difficulties, you should see them as an opportunity to integrate the parts of you that you don't fully understand yet. Perhaps you felt attracted to someone who at first seemed to be what you'd always been looking for, but then you encountered difficulties, situations you didn't understand. Maybe you wondered if there was something wrong with the relationship or with yourself. But what Jung reminds us is that these difficulties are not signs that the relationship isn't for you, but rather, they are invitations to delve deeper into yourself. Authentic relationships are not built without challenges. Moments of conflict help you discover what you truly need, what strengthens you, and what liberates you. Love, in its deepest sense, is not a feeling of perfection, but of authenticity. And it's this authenticity that creates a true connection between two people. When someone is destined for you, it's not just about sharing moments of happiness, but about growing together, healing together, facing together the shadows that both of you carry within. It's this process of growth and transformation that makes a relationship truly meaningful. In summary, when someone is destined for you, you not only feel it in the depths of your being, but that feeling is accompanied by an invitation to self-knowledge. That someone not only connects you with what you need on an emotional level, but also challenges you to be the best version of yourself. They don't demand you to be something you're not. On the contrary, that connection allows you to be more yourself than ever. And it's there that you find a relationship that can truly transform your life. What Jung taught us is that true love is not something we seek outside, but something we discover within ourselves. And when we're aligned with our true essence, the universe takes care of bringing us the people who will help us grow, heal, and transform. The signs are there, waiting to be heard. And when you pay attention to those signs, when you allow yourself to feel that deep connection with someone, you know it's because that person is destined to be part of your journey towards self-knowledge and authenticity. What truly happens when someone is destined for you is that you begin to feel a sensation of profound clarity, as if everything in your life had been a preparation for that moment. Contact with that person is not something ordinary. It's as if you were being reminded of something you already knew, something that was always in the deepest part of you. That feeling is not just an illusion, it's the reflection of a connection that goes beyond the conscious, a connection that the unconscious has prepared for you. Jung spoke of the importance of listening to the signals from the unconscious, and when someone destined appears in your life, the signals are clear. Perhaps something as simple as a conversation becomes a bridge to a deeper understanding of yourself, an understanding that takes you beyond the superficial. Suddenly, you realize that everything you've lived up to that moment has a purpose. The difficult lessons, the failed relationships, the wrong decisions all have been steps toward this moment of authentic connection. But this process is not as simple as finding someone and living happily ever after. In fact, what Jung points out is that when you meet someone destined for you, you face a mirror that reflects both what you love about yourself and what you have not yet integrated. This can be uncomfortable at first, even painful, because the shadows that have been hidden in your psyche come to light. But instead of running from those shadows, Jung encourages looking at them, integrating them, because only by doing so can we live a life more complete and aligned with our true nature. This process of facing the shadows is not limited only to the relationship with that person. It's also an opportunity to review the other relationships in your life, those that have limited you, that have held you back, or that have made you feel less than what you truly are. Many times we meet people who, although they appear to be destined to be part of our life, don't manage to align with our essence. The reason is not because these people are bad, but because they simply are not in tune with what we need for our growth. The unconscious, as Jung saw it, speaks to us through our feelings, through our reactions to the world. So when someone is truly destined for you, you not only feel it in the depths of your being, but that connection leads you to question what you've taken for granted. If you feel that you're constantly being overwhelmed by intense emotions, by feelings of discomfort, it's a sign that the unconscious is inviting you to look more closely. Jung said that the unconscious is not afraid to expose us to darkness. What it seeks is for us to finally face those hidden parts of ourselves so that we can find the light. It's common that when we face such a deep connection, we feel vulnerable. Vulnerability is something that Jung considered fundamental in the process of personal growth. Without it, we could never access authenticity. And what's even more revealing is that instead of seeing vulnerability as a weakness, it's precisely what makes us strong. It allows us to open up to others, allows us to be honest with ourselves, and therefore to live deeper and more enriching relationships. This is why the people who are destined for us are the ones who can truly make us feel alive. They challenge us, push us out of our comfort zone, and at the same time allow us to discover and embrace parts of ourselves that we thought we had lost. It's not about finding someone who is perfect, because perfection is an illusion. It's about finding someone who allows you to be yourself in your totality, without fear, without barriers. And when this happens, a magic is created in which two people not only love each other, but also mutually support each other on the path toward the realization of their most authentic self. It's a dance in which each one, through the relationship, discovers their own purpose, their own mission in life, and that's what makes the connection so powerful. Throughout your life, you'll find people who will make you question, who will make you grow, but you'll also find people who will drain your energy, who will make you feel trapped, or who will make you forget who you are. It's not always easy to recognize the difference between the two. That's why Jung spoke of the importance of having a healthy relationship with oneself. If you don't truly know who you are, it will be very difficult for you to recognize what is good for you and what is not. But when you know yourself, when you have allowed yourself to go beyond social expectations and have aligned with your inner being, you can feel more clearly what is destined for you. This process of self-knowledge is crucial, and the relationship with someone destined for you acts as a catalyst. The connection with that person can help you rediscover what you truly want, what you truly need, and what truly makes you happy. It's not about a relationship that promises eternal happiness or the absence of conflicts, but about a relationship that teaches you to live with authenticity, to embrace both the shadows and the light of your being. Jung showed us that life is a process of continuous transformation, of constant evolution. When we meet someone who is destined for us, that relationship is not the end, but the beginning of a deeper journey toward self-knowledge and self-understanding. And it's through this journey that we discover what truly matters in life, what connects us with our essence, and what allows us to be authentically ourselves. It's possible that at this moment, you're experiencing a moment of confusion. Perhaps you're in a relationship that you don't fully understand, or you're looking for something that you haven't found yet. I invite you to look within yourself, to listen to that inner voice that is guiding you. Because as Jung teaches us, the unconscious has a way of speaking to us through our feelings, through our intuitions, and through the people we meet along the way. And when that destined person appears in your life, you will know that it's time to embrace what is destined for you without fear, without reservations, and with the full confidence that you are on the right path. This is the journey toward your true self, a journey that is full of lessons, challenges, and moments of deep connection. So if you ever feel that something or someone is destined to be part of your life, don't be afraid to follow that feeling, because when you follow your truth, the universe responds to you, and the pieces of your life begin to fit together in an amazing and perfect way. When you meet a person who seems to be destined for you, it's most likely that something inside you awakens. That feeling can be so powerful that you even feel as if everything you've lived up to that moment had been a preparation for this connection. However, like everything in life, authentic connection is never something linear. It's a process, a path of discovery that may not be clear at first. It can be full of confusion, moments of doubt, and even pain. But what Jung taught us is that through those difficult moments, a process of healing and profound growth also occurs. The people who are destined for you are not perfect, and the relationships you build with them are not without challenges. On the contrary, they are the ones that challenge us the most, the ones that push us to be more authentic and to look beyond the shadows we carry. Jung said that relationships, both healthy and challenging ones, are a reflection of our internal psyche. It's not a coincidence that in certain relationships, your insecurities, your fears, and your unresolved dreams come to the surface. The encounter with someone destined for you can make those hidden aspects of you exposed because that person has the power to activate something within you. This can manifest in many ways. Perhaps you face intense emotions that you don't fully understand. Perhaps you begin to see aspects of yourself that you had avoided. However, these are the moments in which, if you choose to face them, you can discover your true self, the one that is beyond the expectations and limitations that you've been carrying for so long. What we often don't understand is that these interactions are not simply an opportunity to love another being, but to learn to love yourself. The people who are destined for you, in a way, are designed to reflect what you haven't yet integrated into your life. They are mirrors that show us, sometimes painfully, the parts of ourselves that we need to heal. This is what Jung called the encounter with the shadow. And it's not about rejecting those shadows, but about accepting them and understanding that they form part of our totality. The shadow is not something external, but a part of you that you have denied, that you have hidden, and that in many cases continues to control your life unconsciously. Throughout this process, what's important is not only finding the right person, but also learning to be the right person for yourself. This means understanding that relationships should not be a burden, should not be a battlefield where you feel less, insecure, or incomplete. When someone is destined for you, that relationship should be a space where you can be yourself without pretensions, without masks, where you feel free to explore your deeper self. This is what it truly means to be aligned with your truth. As Jung taught, living from your authentic essence is not about following a perfect path, but about being true to who you are, even when that means letting go of what doesn't serve you, even if it hurts. And in this process of letting go of what no longer belongs to your life, you begin to understand that love is not something found outside of you, but is cultivated from within. Relationships with people who are destined for you should nourish you. They should be a reflection of self-love, not of lack. True love is not about filling voids, but about sharing what is already complete in you. Through connection with others, you experience the magic of authenticity and true growth. The deepest relationships are those that allow you to evolve, where you can grow together without having to change who you are. Love, then, becomes a journey of mutual exploration. When someone is destined for you, the path is never rigid or predictable. It's a process that adjusts, that adapts to the needs of both, that transforms with time. Truly meaningful relationships are not just about sharing moments of happiness, they're about growing, learning, and evolving as individuals within that relationship. Love becomes a tool for transformation. Through it, you not only connect with another being, but also connect with a more authentic version of yourself, a version that perhaps you had forgotten or set aside. It's important to remember that this type of connection doesn't arrive when we most consciously seek it. True connection occurs when we are prepared to receive it, when we are in tune with our own essence, when we have done the work of integrating both the light and dark parts of our being. Jung spoke of the importance of integration, of embracing all aspects of oneself, even those we don't like. And as we do this, our energy changes, and it's then that the right people begin to arrive. The universe, or as Jung would call it, the collective unconscious, responds to our internal energy. If we are aligned with ourselves, the relationships we attract will also be aligned. What often happens in this process is that the people who are destined for us don't present themselves as a magical solution to all our problems. It's not about someone who fills voids or resolves our insecurities. On the contrary, these people act as guides, helping us to discover what we truly need to heal and grow. True connection is not in finding someone who complements us, but in finding someone with whom we can share our totality without fears, without reservations. And finally, the journey of meeting someone destined for you is not an easy journey. There will be moments of doubt, moments in which you'll wonder if you're truly on the right path. But as Jung teaches us, doubt and uncertainty are part of the transformation process. The true power of a relationship is found in the capacity of both to continue growing together, to learn through challenges, and to not give up even when things seem difficult. Because authentic love is not just something that is felt, it's something that is lived, built, experienced. And that's the magic that Jung invites us to discover. True love is love that transforms, that makes us be more than we ever thought we could be. In conclusion, when someone is destined for you, it's not just an external connection, it's a profound internal experience. It's a call to reconnect with your essence, to embrace all that you are, and to live from that truth. The path is not easy, but it's the only path toward an authentic and full life. And as you follow this path, you'll realize that you're not only finding that person destined for you, but also finding yourself in the process. In that encounter with your deeper self is where you truly discover the peace, authenticity, and purpose that you've sought so much. True connections, those that are truly destined for you, not only allow you to grow alongside another being, but also allow you to flourish completely as an individual. This journey is not always easy, but it's the path toward true transformation, toward a full and meaningful life. And through these experiences, you begin to understand that love is not just a feeling, it's a process of self-knowledge, healing, and expansion. It's the gift that life offers you, so that you recognize yourself as you are, without fears or barriers. I invite you to reflect on everything you've heard today. What part of yourself have you been denying? What relationships have you been maintaining that no longer serve you? What could you gain if you choose to live from your authenticity and allow the universe to guide you toward what is truly destined for you? It's time to take that step, to open yourself to new experiences, and to trust that when you align with your truth, the right people will come to your life at the perfect moment. As we draw this exploration to a close, let us remember that the journey toward authentic connection, both with others and with ourselves, is perhaps life's most profound adventure. When we embrace the people destined for us, we embrace our own transformation. We accept the mirror they hold before us, reflecting both our divine light and the shadows we've hidden, even from ourselves. These relationships become sacred vessels through which we pour our most authentic selves, allowing us to be seen, known, and loved, not despite our complexities, but because of them. The path is not always smooth. There will be moments when the reflection shows us parts of ourselves we'd rather not face. There will be times when growth feels like breaking apart rather than coming together. Yet in these very challenges lies the promise of integration, of becoming more fully who we were always meant to be. Perhaps you stand at such a threshold now. Perhaps you sense a destined connection forming in your life, or you find yourself questioning relationships that no longer align with your deeper truth. Wherever you are on this journey, know that you are not alone. Millions walk this path of awakening, seeking authentic connection in a world that too often settles for the superficial.